Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on CodeChat. My name is Jeremy Foster, and you can find me online all the time at codefoster.com or on Twitter at codefoster. And I'm really excited to be here today with Ryan and Joe. How are you guys doing today?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. These guys are in high school, and you're taking off school this morning to have a CodeChat with me on the Microsoft campus, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's great. How's high school going?
Difficult, but I mean, it's good. Like, once we get over this college application stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
It should get easier as senior year goes.
And I think I heard you say you have lots of exams or papers or something due right now?
Yeah, I had 4 papers due today.
Oh man. It's been a long time for me. I haven't been in high school for a long time, so I hardly remember. Now the reason why I have you guys here today, as you know, but the crowd doesn't know yet, is because we were recently at a hackathon at UW, right?
Yeah.
Dub Hacks, and it was a really cool event. How many folks were in the room that day?
Like, almost 400. Yeah.
Yeah, about 400 folks. That's pretty awesome. There was a lot of energy in the room.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
There were people working on hardware projects. There were people working on all kinds of software projects. What do you remember? I remember the tank. There was somebody running around with a tank and an Oculus.
Yeah, that was actually our friend.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That was a good project. What else do you remember?
There was Mikiel's project. They were changing the songs based off of how fast you're driving.
Okay.
So
that's right.
To encourage like slower driving.
That's right.
There was Limelight, which is the speed reading app.
Oh yeah.
There were also some games, like a huge multi-platform.
Oh yeah.
What was the one with the printer where he had a remote camera set up on the printer and he sent a job?
Oh, I don't remember.
And when he showed it, there was somebody standing in front of the printer?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there were definitely some really cool projects.
Yeah, that was super great. Okay, so we met there, and you guys' project, what is it called? Can you give us an overview of what it is?
Sure. So we made second route traffic aware alarm clock. Second route traffic aware rerouting.
Okay.
And basically what it does is, and so the problem we're trying to solve is that right now people don't use their phone, the GPS on their phones to navigate to work or navigate home.
Yeah, because I already know how.
Yeah, you already know the directions to how to get there, so it's annoying to hear the directions. Also, it's a pain to take out your phone every time, enter the address, and click navigate.
Totally.
So what we do instead is we use geofencing to first start the GPS once you exit your home or work.
Okay.
And then basically what we're going to do is start a background service, which is going to periodically check the traffic time to home and work. And now it will compare this route to your preferred route, or the route you would take if you didn't have a GPS.
Okay.
And if there's any traffic if there's a faster route available because of traffic or an accident or something like that, then it'll come up and say, oh, if you do this, you save 5 minutes. Would you like to start navigation? And then with your voice, you can say, yes, and it'll start navigating you home, because at that point you need the GPS to tell you the.
So is there anything that I need to do to set it up? Like in the morning, I take off for work. Do I need to open the app? Or?
No, so that's the really cool part is you'll set it up once. You set up your home and work location, you set up your preferred routes, and then you just go about your day. And it won't bother you unless there's traffic, and it won't use up battery when you're in your geofence locations.
Yeah.
So it's actually really.
Will it be using my It'll be using my GPS though the whole time I'm traveling to work each day, right?
So it will use it periodically. So it's not as battery intensive as running a full GPS.
Okay.
But it will acquire location periodically to do the traffic calculation.
Yeah. So thus we produced a product that is saves your battery, and it's safer for your drivers so that they don't have to hold the phone and drive with one hand at the same time. And it's also really, really easy to use, because rather than constantly looking at your phone and driving at the same time, you just use your voice and say, oh, I'm not sure where I'm going, just use my voice to navigate through the unknown area, through a detour.
Perfect. And I don't know about most people, but like my phone has the wireless charging, and I have a cradle in my car, so that's not even like battery time. I'm pretty much plugged in while I'm in my car, so I don't care about
Actually, another thing we thought about is instead of geofencing, we could also provide options to detect the car's Bluetooth or detect.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So instead of only geofencing your home and work, it will detect when you're actually in the car driving.
I've heard of people using that, because most of us, I don't know about most of us, I know I connect to a certain Bluetooth pairing when I'm in my car, and so when I leave that, I've heard of apps that remember your location so that you know where you parked. And
I actually developed an app just like that.
Did you really?
Yeah, it uses your Bluetooth and remembers your car's location.
It was probably you that I've heard about. Awesome. Well, this sounds really cool, and I guess the judges liked it. How did you guys do?
Yeah, so we placed second overall, and we also won the best Microsoft.
Sweet. Okay, so best Microsoft. So is this working on Microsoft platform? Is it working on more than Microsoft's platform?
Yeah, we have a Windows Phone version working. The back end is totally working, and it calculates your routes just fine. But the front end isn't integrated yet. I don't have time because we were working on it.
Because of school.
Yeah, and I mean, when we went to the hackathon, we started developing for Android, and then Joseph. In the last couple hours, he had no sleep. He started developing the Windows Phone app, and he was able to make pretty functional because we figured out all of the nuances of doing these calculations. And also, as well as the Android version, we also support pushing the that there's a new route to Android Wear device, so you can tap with one click and start navigation, and also Google Glass.
Okay. How about my band? Can I do it on my band yet?
Not yet, but
I can probably do it.
Okay.
The band's supposed to be universal.
You've got 2 hours. Go for it.
Oh man.
Well, that's pretty great. I mean, congratulations on the wins. What did you guys win?
Oh, we won RC helicopter,
Arduino kit.
Yeah, Arduino kit, Leap Motion. From Microsoft, we got Windows. Which
It was the Lumia 1520.
and the
Dell Venue Pro.
Yeah.
And you each got one of those, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
You didn't have to split them in half.
No, we each got them.
Good.
Yeah, I think there was also CodeChat.io.
Yeah, CodeChat.io.
Yeah, there were a lot of prizes. And I mean, it's kind of surprising because we didn't even go to the hackathon expecting to get prizes. Right?
Yeah.
Just the recognition and coming away with the product was prize enough. But
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so more of the learning experience of going to a hackathon and becoming inspired by other people's work.
Well, it sounds like you guys had an authentic hackathon experience too. There has to be sleeplessness. There has to be a lot of geek toys if it's going to be a genuine hackathon. And there were a lot of cool vendors there. I know Twilio and Google and of course Microsoft had a booth there. We had, who else? Zillow was there.
Yeah. Intel.
Intel, that's right. Intel had a ton of. Did you get any of those little boards?
Yeah.
I did.
That's because you were late.
I had to come late because I had sports practice before, so I missed the sponsor talks and stuff.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys already have a product on Windows Phone and on. Oh, I mean, you don't have it finished yet, but you pretty much already have this client on Windows Phone and on Android. Now, tell me a little bit about the architecture. Do you have your own cloud service that sits behind this, or does it all run on the client? And you're using mapping, so I'm assuming that you're using Bing Maps or Google Maps or something. Tell us about your architecture.
So right now we don't have a server that's running any requests, but we're doing everything on the client side.
Okay.
And so basically for mapping requests, we're using Bing Maps API to do to calculate traffic times and get incidents and all that type of stuff. And then we also use Google Maps API to display the maps on the phone, and so that you can enter an address and then you will get the latitude and longitude for that.
Okay. Okay. Why did you end up going with the Bing API, Bing Maps API?
We actually spent a lot of time comparing the two services, and we decided to go with Bing because their free quota gave developers a lot more. Using Google Maps API, we wouldn't really be able to release this to the public because there's just not there's not enough requests. I think it's only 2,500.
Okay.
And Bing Maps API gives 125,000.
Great.
And also they give you more control over the data. I think partly because they don't care as much about upselling you to the the Google Maps for Business or whatever.
Okay.
So they give you you can figure out how you can calculate multiple alternate routes for one request. You can get actual traffic incidents, which is, you can do a lot more cool stuff with that data.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, this has been a good conversation. I really appreciate you guys having this chat. The developers, I think, in the audience are going to really love seeing that these two young guys are making really awesome apps and really winning on the platform. So that's pretty great. Is there anything else that you want to say to developers before we go?
I don't know. I guess if there's any young developers watching, I think that it's not that big of a deal to just start learning. I mean, you don't have to create something right off the bat, but if you just start playing around with stuff, you can get really far.
Yeah, adding on to what Brian said, go to hackathons. Hackathons are really, really fun, but there's also an event called Code Day, and Code Day is specifically for younger students, and that's actually how I got started with programming. That's actually where I learned most of my programming, just going to a hackathon and seeing what you can actually do with code, because you can know code, but it's what you do with code that's important. And I think that's what hackathons are really good for, because it shows what you can do in a short amount of time.
That's great. I always like the projects that end up solving some sort of a real-world scenario. That's why I love you guys' project, because if there's something that actually shaves 5 minutes off my day these days, that's a lot of value. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in to CodeChat, and we'll see you next time.